So into wrestling, we lost the iconic Hulk Hogan this past week. And, you know, naturally people went online and brought up the whole Hulk Hogan is a racist and the things he said in regards to who he would want his daughter to date. What is your position on that thought that Hulk Hogan is a racist?
Should white women date black men?
No. But here's why I ask you, because I saw an interesting clip of Booker T.
Yeah.
And somebody asked him if he felt like Hulk
Booker T.
Hogan.
Washington?
Booker T. the wrestler.
Okay.
And somebody asked him if he felt like Hulk Hogan was a racist. And if people don't know, Booker T, he's probably in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Legendary wrestler, 60-year-old black man from Louisiana.
And by the way, my dude.
It's just fair to say he may have experienced racism at some point in his life.
I guess.
So if somebody's talking to Booker T about Hulk Hogan and do they think he's a racist, I'm going to listen, because this is Booker T who
worked with him.
Spent personal time around him for years. And the story that he gave about Hulk Hogan, and he was like, you know, he may have used the word around me one time, but he said Hogan used it because they were using it with each other. And he looked at each other like it wasn't a color thing. They were all brothers. And he said Hogan, somebody, I think Macho Man asked him, Hogan, do you think you're, or do you think something like that? They were at the cafeteria or whatever eating. And he was like, well, if I am, I'm a cool like that. Like, it was like the word didn't even mean anything, because he knows the man. The priest has said things that Hogan did for him on a personal level, how he was with his family and things like the man that Hulk Hogan was. He said, absolutely, I don't think Hulk Hogan was a racist.
Was that was this week after he passed?
This was after, I heard it after he passed.
Okay, okay.
And he was I think he was speaking as if Hogan had passed. Okay. So this was a recent interview. So I just thought that was an interesting perspective, because again, here's somebody who knows this man, who knew the Hulk Hogan, the man, not the icon and the wrestler, knew him behind.
Peace. Back with another installment of We Have to Do Better. In that clip, you just heard Mal trying to justify Hulk Hogan's racism. Mal is the main reason why I don't watch their show. The only reason why I even watch this episode is because of Peter Rosenberg. Sometimes when I see some clips of what he says, I tap in. Sometimes I don't. But I was interested in seeing him being interviewed, because he's normally the one interviewing people. So when it got to this point of the interview, I had to cut it off. Because Hulk Hogan is definitely racist. Period. If you don't believe me, check out the other video that I did where Godfrey was talking about it. All right, Booker T is going to have one perspective, especially since he's a former wrestler, and you know, I'm sure that he doesn't want to really get into conflict and going against Hogan at this moment, because Hogan passed. So I'm sure that he's just trying to duck the smoke, to be honest. But he openly admitted to being a racist. It's point blank, period. He's a racist. So it's just my 2 cents. You can keep it, sell it, throw it away. It doesn't matter. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace.